Good morning, students. Today we are going to continue with the lesson. Chapter number 1, The Story of Village Palampur. In the previous video, we have learnt about the factors of production. In today's video, we are going to cover few more topics. Before I continue with the lesson, I want you all to take out your books and pen so that you can jot down some important points. Let's begin. Farming in Palampur. In today's video, we are going to learn more about farming in Palampur, how the farming activity is being carried out in the village Palampur. Land is fixed. Farming is main activity in Palampur. In the previous video, I had explained you that farming is the main activity in Palampur, right? 75% of the people who are working are dependent on farming for their livelihood. For their livelihood means to fulfill their basic necessities. So how much percent of the people are dependent on farming for their livelihood? Yes, it's 75%. Land area under cultivation is practically fixed. Students, land is not only used for cultivation of crops, but also for construction of buildings, industries, roads, etc. So, how we can increase the land for cultivation? The only option left is to convert the wasteland into cultivable land. The wasteland means the unused land to cultivable land, the land wherein cultivation can take place. Since 1960 in Palampur, there has been no expansion in land area under cultivation. By then, some of the wastelands in the village had been converted to cultivable land. So already the available wastelands were converted to cultivable land. So now there exists no land to convert to cultivable land. So there is no wasteland left to convert it into cultivable land. So there is no scope to increase farm production by bringing new land under cultivation. So now you cannot bring new land under cultivation to increase the farm production. Why? Because the wasteland which were available, even those the farmers converted into cultivable land. I hope it's clear, students. Next, is there a way one can grow more from the same land? Let's try to find out the answer. During the rainy season, that is Kharif season, farmers grow jawar and bajra. And this jawar and bajra, it's used as cattle feed also. That is fodder for the cattle, food for the cattle. The farmers also cultivate potato between October and December. And in the winter season, that is Rabi season, fields are sown with wheat. So farmers grow jawar, bajra, potato as well as wheat. Farmers keep enough wheat for the family's consumption, that is for their consumption, and sell the surplus wheat, that is the extra wheat, at the market at Raiganj. In the previous video, I had explained you about the village Raiganj. It's 3 kilometers away from the village Palampur. So the surplus wheat is being sold at the market at Raiganj. I hope it's clear, students. Sugarcane is harvested once every year. Sugarcane in its raw form or as jaggery is sold to traders in Shahpur. And what about sugarcane? Sugarcane in its raw form or as jaggery is sold to traders in Shahpur. Shahpur, the small town, I had already explained in the previous video. 3 different crops in a year is grown due to the well-developed system of irrigation. And how come the farmers are able to cultivate different types of crops in the same piece of land? Yes, because of irrigation. Electric run tube wells could irrigate much larger areas of land more effectively. So you can have a view electric run tube wells on the screen here. The first few tube wells were installed by the government. Soon, however, farmers started setting up private tube wells. So initially tube wells were installed by the government. Few tube wells were installed by the government. But later on farmers started setting up their own tube wells, private tube wells. Next, multiple cropping. Students, do you know what is multiple cropping? Yes, to grow more than one crop on a piece of land during the year is known as multiple cropping. So growing more than one crop on a piece of land during the year is known as multiple cropping. It is the most common way of increasing production on a given piece of land. So multiple cropping is the most common way of increasing production, farm production on a given piece of land. You can have a look over here, students. Different crops grown on a single piece of land like wheat, bajra, sugarcane, potato, etc. Now just have a look at this table. This table shows us cultivated area over the years. You can see the year 1950 to 1970. The cultivated area, million hectares. There is just marginal, it has been increased marginally. The cultivated area has been increased marginally, right? From 120 million hectare to 140 million hectare. And what about from the year 1970 to 2011? There is no change, isn't it, students? It's just 140 million hectares. It shows that the land is fixed. Now, what do you mean by hectare? Hectare is the standard unit of measuring land. Students, do you know how much is 1 hectare? 1 hectare is equal to 10,000 square meter. So, look at this graph over here, students. Again, you can see that from the year 1950 to 1970, the cultivated land has been increased marginally, that is from 120 to 150, and from 1970 to 2010 it's same. There is no change in the cultivable land, cultivated area. Now next learn about yield. Students, do you know what is yield? Yield is measured as crop produced on a given piece of land during a single season. So yield is the total quantity of the crop that is produced on a given piece of land during a single season. Till the mid-1960s, the seeds used in cultivation were traditional ones with relatively low yields. Students, the farmers in Palampur till mid-1960s, they were using the traditional seeds which were yielding very less farm produce. Farmers used cow dung and the other natural manure as fertilizers. They were using cow dung as fertilizers. The Green Revolution in the late 1960s introduced the Indian farmer to cultivate wheat and rice using high-yielding variety seeds. So now what is this high-yielding variety seed, students? By using these seeds, you can have more farm production. Okay, so the Green Revolution in the late 1960s introduced the Indian farmers to use high-yielding variety seeds. Is that clear, students? So by using HYV seeds, fertilizers like chemical fertilizers, modern farm machineries like tractors and threshers, which helps in plowing and harvesting work, by using pesticides, by canals, pump sets, electricity, dams, there has been increase in the farm production. You can see the image as well. HYV seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, dams, electricity, pump sets, canals, farm machinery. By using all these modern farming methods, there has been considerable increase in the farm production. I hope it's clear, students. These all are modern farming methods. Next, will land sustain? Land being natural resource, it is necessary to be very careful in its use. Students, land being the natural resource, we need to take care. Okay? Scientific reports have stated that modern methods have overused the natural resource. So this is the drawback of using modern methods of farming, isn't it? Green revolution is associated with loss of soil fertility due to increased use of chemical fertilizers. So farmers, wherein they increase the use of chemical fertilizers, the fertility of the soil started decreasing. Also, continuous use of groundwater for tube well irrigation has reduced the water table below the ground. And students, by using tube well irrigation, the level of water table has gone down. And you know, students, it takes so many years, right, for the water to get replenished underground, right? And it takes so much time for the soil to regain its fertility. So we need to take care while using modern farming methods. How is land distributed? In Palampur, about 1/3 of the 450 families are landless, means they don't have land. That is 150 families, most of them Dalits, have no land for cultivation. You just imagine these families, the Dalits means they don't have land for cultivation. They are landless. So they cannot grow crops, right? Of remaining families who own land, 240 families cultivate less than 2 hectares of land, which doesn't give much profit. So some families, they don't have land only, and some of them have land, but then they own less than 2 hectares of land, which doesn't give much profit. Okay. In Palampur, there are 60 families of medium and large farmers who cultivate more than 2 hectares of land. So 60 families of medium and large farmers, they cultivate more than 2 hectares of land. A few of the large families have land extending over 10 hectares or more. So some they have less than 2 hectares, some have more than 2 hectares, and few large families, they have land extending over 10 hectares or more. So it shows that the land is unevenly distributed in Palampur. You can see the image here, students. So many farmers, they have got small plots of land, right? And some families have got large fields. It's quiz time, students. Let me ask you a few questions. Question number 1. High yielding variety seeds stands for option A, heavy yielding variety seeds. Option B, high yielding variety seeds. Option C, half yielding variety seeds. Option D, none. And the correct answer is option B, high yielding variety seeds. Let's move on to the next question. Which kharif crop is used for cattle feed? Option A, sugarcane. Option B, potato. Option C, jawar and bajra. Option D, wheat. And the correct answer is option C, jawar and bajra. Next question. Which of the following is a modern farming method? Option A, multiple cropping. Option B, use of high yielding variety seeds. Option C, use of chemical fertilizers. Option D, both B and C. Yes, the correct answer is option D, both B and C. That is use of high yielding variety seeds as well as use of chemical fertilizers. Very good, students. Next question. High yielding variety seeds were introduced to Indian farmers as a result of option A, White Revolution, option B, Green Revolution, option C, IT Revolution, option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option B, Green Revolution. So students, I hope you have understood the topics covered today. We have done the modern farming methods today, right? So I hope you will remember this. And I'm sharing with you the link here on the screen. You can view the video which will help you to go through the topics covered today. Don't forget to read the textbook. We will be covering the remaining topics in the next video. Till then, bye. Take care.